Hey guys, it's Jeremy with the Wasatch Way Podcast. John put a post out earlier this week about two special guests we have in studio tonight. We have
Susan Cummings,
Mona Webb,
with the Horse of Many Colors. Now, a lot of you that are in Heber and familiar with the Horse of Many Colors, they are a cancer
Foundation.
And I'm not going to get emotional, so
Okay.
we're not doing that again.
Okay.
but it's okay if you do.
But it's okay if I do. We are here talking about their Cancer Foundation. One, on April 26th, we have their Love Giving Back Spring Dinner and Auction.
Yes.
And that is, but one of you take.
Well, we're having it at Soldier Hollow. It starts at 6:00. You can go online to our Facebook page and order your tickets. We'll have auction items. Brent Kelly will be our auctioneer, and it's always a good time to listen to him razz of people. And we appreciate all those who donate the things they do to us for our auction. We have a live auction and a silent auction, so please get your tickets and come and join us for that event.
And there's something for everybody. Now, You have single tickets available, and you have tables. What are those prices?
Tables are $350. A table seats 8. Individual tickets are $50 a piece.
Now, I know in years past we've had, I want to say Rob Edwards.
Rob Edwards.
That has catered it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's catering it this year?
Kevin's last name.
And I apologize.
Sorry.
I'm not.
It's not Rob.
No.
So Rob's kind of retired.
Yes. He retired, and so this new gentleman's taken over. So he's agreed to do the same thing for the Horse of Many Colors, and so we're very excited to see what he can do.
Now, I can say I've been there last 2 or 3 years, and the food was amazing. It's really good. How many tables, how many people are there? I know this last year it seemed like there was a lot more tables because it was a little more
We generally can set up about 32 tables.
Okay.
So we
8
plan
tables,
on
32.
250 people, roughly.
Cool. That will be good. So we talked about the auction. What is the Horse of Many Colors? What do you guys do?
Okay, so the Horse of Many Colors, we raise money for families in our community that are dealing with and fighting the battle of cancer. We also want to bring awareness so that everybody can go in and get their what is
mammogram?
It? Yeah, like your mammograms or your health checks. We give back 100% of the money that we raise. So everything that we bring in goes back out to the community. And so we just appreciate everybody's love and support, because it takes each one of us to be able to let us to do what we do.
Now, the banquet and dinner is not the only thing you guys do. You have a golf tournament on August 21st.
We do.
At Wasatch State Park.
Mm-hmm.
And we were a part of that this year, and that was really amazing. We had a team. I don't golf, so I invited some friends from Salt Lake that golf avidly and said, "Here, come be ringers," but they're not very good ringers. So
no, but everybody that's attended that golf tournament has had a really good time.
Yeah.
We started that 4 years ago, and the first year, the Horse of Many Colors committee tried to do it. None of us know how to swing a golf club.
Yeah.
We turned it over to a great group of women, and Edwards heads that committee, and they just take it and run with it.
So one thing I thought was cool with the team that I invited, Chuck Wagman, one of the participants had cancer, and he was, I think, just this last summer. I can't remember. I think prostate. He had prostate. I believe it was prostate cancer that he had. And the one thing he mentioned, he goes, "I wish something like this was around the Salt Lake area for me."
Yeah.
So, and I told him, I said, "We'll just move to Wasatch County. We can help you out."
I'll look you up.
And then fair days, you guys are everywhere at fair days.
Yes.
You're 3 nights at the rodeo, 3 nights at the Derby.
Derby.
You have a booth set up and you sell hats and
Apparel,
shirts and apparel and
sweatshirts.
sweatshirts. One of my favorite things is the last night of the rodeo, correct?
Correct.
Saturday night, yes.
You guys do something that's phenomenal. It's a balloon launch, and you guys pull a semi into the arena with, I think it's a Conestoga wagon or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's, I don't know, thousands of balloons in there.
Probably 1,000.
1,000 balloons, maybe more. Could be more if people buy more.
Absolutely.
But they're how much a balloon?
They are $10 a balloon.
$10 a balloon. You can write a note to a loved one, something like that. They pull this semi into the arena, and then they just lights go out. They play music, and then they just open the curtain to the semi, and all these balloons float.
It's really special if nobody's experienced it before. There's just a really sweet feeling when that happens. If you've lost a loved one to cancer and take a minute to think about them as those balloons float away. And it's interesting. We always watch them.
Yeah.
We've watched it go up and make the shape of a heart before they kind of all float away. And it's just really sweet to feel that and be a part of it.
Now, I know, Mona, you're the one that started. Was it a collective or was it you? Who started?
So
it was Mona.
Yeah, so I started it. It's back in 2013. We were at the rodeo, and Bob McPhee. I know everybody knows Bob McPhee in the community. Anyway, he brought out this pink guitar and I thought, oh my goodness, we get to hear Bob sing tonight. Just kind of joking.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out that they were doing this for the Tough Enough to Wear Pink, and so. When they started bidding on it, my husband, Brett Webb, was sitting behind me, and they started bidding on it, and it got up to about $1,000, and he taps me on the shoulder, and he says, "Well, aren't you going to bid?" And I says, "I don't have $1,000 for a pink guitar." And he said, he looked at me, and I says, "Oh, for your mother. She had just passed away a week prior from bone cancer." And so, boy, my hand flew up. And needless to say, I won the guitar at $1,700. I climbed 2 fences. I was pretty proud of myself. And so throughout the year, I had this pink guitar. And my whole thing was to donate it back anyway. And I was going to put in memory of Juanita Webb. And my mother also had breast cancer. So I was going to put in Marge Miller. And wanted to donate it back so they could raise more money to help more people. And I was out and about, and John Provost came to me and he says, "Would you like to head up the Tough Enough to Wear Pink?" And I says, "I would love to head that up." But I wanted to change it because everybody knows pink as breast cancer awareness. I wanted to bring awareness to all cancers. So it was very important for me to kind of figure out all the colors, and I sat down and I drew a horse because that was where it started, was at the rodeo.
Okay.
And so I drew up the horse, and then I started to think, well, who do I want to be on my committee? And for some reason, I've known Susan.
She's been around for a lot of years. She's been around for a lot of years.
So I gave her a call because I knew she just lost her brother, and because I wanted people to have the same feeling I had, because I'm very passionate about it. And so she said, sure. And then we just kind of come. Marcia Meekum is another lady that's on our committee, and I know
And she had lost her mom.
She had lost
Yeah.
her mother.
Yeah.
And then Melanie Coleman and Tammy McPhee, and they'd lost their dad with cancer. So all of us had a connection in that way. So we wanted to help others. And the first year how many did we help that first year? It was like,
Oh, I don't know, 10?
maybe 10, and it was like $300 a piece. And now we're up, and I think we help how many people? Almost 10 people a month.
Yeah.
And I think what's neat is, I mean, in the community, I mean, if you got everybody in the community, everybody knows somebody that's got
They do.
cancer or
They
has
do.
passed away from cancer or is dealing with stuff. I mean, I've had, several. My mom passed away. She had a brain tumor.
Yeah.
Annette Nichols, she had breast cancer. I think it was funny. She's like, I don't want people talking about my boobs. People are going to be discussing my boobs. And I was like, or lack of,
And just this past week, losing Rich Rasmund.
Yeah, that was
Rich was
crazy.
diagnosed in December. And for him to be as young as he was, and,
Now,
a
Rich
young
was kind
family.
of, I don't want to say the bigger guy. I think Rich didn't he work at Days for a long time?
He worked at Days for a while, then he was in the school system.
That's right.
And it moved to Salt Lake, and it was just a shock to me to hear that he'd gone so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were still able to send a donation to them, and he's still part of us.
Yeah.
Even though he's moved out of this community, he's still part of us, and we want to just make sure it's all word of mouth. The only
Yeah.
way we find out is if somebody picks up the phone or sends us a message on Facebook or on our Instagram or our website. It's, did you know so-and-so has this?
Yeah.
And we have found mailing the checks is most beneficial. It's harder to turn that away.
Yeah.
We had a sweet little man that turned away a check right recently before he passed away, and he said, give this to somebody, pay this forward. So we were able to take that and pay it forward to somebody else that needed that help.
So as most of the viewers don't know, I mean, I talked to you at the golf course. My mom
Right.
passed away. She had a brain tumor. She's been gone, I think we said 20
Long
years.
time.
Lot of, no, let's see. I think 30.
Yeah.
30 years. I think it was 30 years this year. So, when we started our business, we wanted to give back. And this was one of the things, like I said, we've been involved at the auction for 3 years, the golf tournament this year. But it gets people get a little bit cantankerous when you're bidding against them at the auction. Because I know this last one, I keep telling Corey Bakers, you got to keep bidding trips because I'll buy them. Or you keep giving trips.
Yeah.
Because I think it was Tabitha's husband, Mayor.
Ron Mayer.
Ron. He's like, dude, can somebody else buy a fishing trip? I'm like, yeah, you could buy it. Just keep bidding,
We'll see, and we love that though.
And Steve Young always does fishing poles for us
Mhm.
because we were able to help Steve when he
Yeah.
was needing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have that group that we've got our groupies. They're our
Yeah.
followers. They're part of our team, and
Yeah.
they just
Now,
support us so much.
is it Johnny Adolphson that donate the tent pictures? Who was that did the tent pictures on the canvas? Wendy. Oh, sorry, Wendy Casey.
Wendy Casey.
Wendy
Okay,
Casey.
yes.
I can-
Because I bought one, and I think it was Tex Couch's wife bid on it. He's the one that's got the big handlebar
Oh,
mustache.
yes,
Is that
yes.
Tex?
That's
Bob Bennett.
Bob Bennett.
Okay.
Bob Indiana Bennett.
Yeah.
So she wanted the first one, and I got it, and I kind of got a side glare. And then I think it was last year, another one popped up, and it was actually the same picture, but kind of at a different angle. And I bought it, and I got another side glare. So I've always wanted one of Wendy's big, huge on aluminum, big, huge tent pictures, but I just can't afford one of those yet. So,
Yeah.
So with that, my wife doesn't know I'm doing this either.
Oh, okay.
Ostman's Heating and Air is going to donate a 3-ton up to a 3-ton furnace. So if somebody bids on it and they have a bigger furnace, we will give them that money towards the furnace. We're going to do a 3-ton furnace, a coil, and a 17-SEER
Wow.
air conditioner from Osman's Heating and Air
goodness.
for the auction. So
That will be fantastic.
my supply house, I'll give them a shout out, Vernal Wind Nelson, where I get all my supplies out of Vernal, because I worked out there. They're going to help us with the furnace and the coil and the air conditioner. And we haven't worked out the details, but I'll donate the equipment and then we'll figure the labor out.
Wow. That is amazing.
But see, it's things like this. That's what we need, is people that just step up and are just willing to donate, because cancer has touched so many people's lives.
Yeah.
Well, and we can't do what we do without you.
Right.
And, when people, we have, it seems like you says we have, I don't want to call them groupies, but we kind of have our followers. Yeah. And if we could reach out to everybody that is in Wasatch County, and if everybody would just do $1, $5, you cannot believe how many people's lives that we can touch. And a lot of the times that when we send, we call it a gift, because we don't want people to think we're giving them a handout. Yeah. We want people to think, and when we make out our letter or our little note to them, when we send their gift, we always put it's from us, but also from our community that loves them. Yeah. And then just giving them the hope that knowing people are thinking about them. And we hear that a lot, that it's from us. They didn't realize there was people like us out there still.
Well, just like Chuck in Salt Lake. I mean, he just lives over in the hill. Chuck works for Air Design, and that's where I got my start with heating. And he's just like, man, I didn't know. And I was like, hey, I can't get hold of the truck. And it's like, well, he just had prostate surgery, had prostate cancer. I'm like, what?
How is he doing now?
Good. I don't know, full remission. He's pretty quiet about it and stuff like that, but he's back to work. Everything's good. Everything seems like it's good. So, we hope and pray that nothing comes back.
Right.
But, he takes it head on.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's also people like Muhammad out at the hub.
Yeah.
And he and Devin they reached out to us and set up on their sales station. So when you pay your ticket, you can round up your bill. You can round
it up to a whole amount.
And, it would be great if other businesses in town, if anybody would see this as a business owner, we would love to have you add that to your
because I go into Tractor Supply and they say, do you want to round up, and we'll give that money to, it's whatever charity they're doing. But as Susan? No, Susan.
You're gonna call me
I was going to call her something else.
Yes.
I'm going to call her Karen.
I would have answered to it.
Yeah, she would have called me Bubs. So yes, Bubs. What do you want? Now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, if everybody did that, Mo and Devin do a ton, and Shane at Mountain Land has been. There's a ton of businesses. To list them all, I've seen a ton of businesses that help out. And that's what I would love to be a Devin or a Mo or a Shane that could donate more.
Malone's,
Malone's donate. The side by sides that rent. I think the one thing that was cool was a couple of years ago when two Farm Boys soap company
bought it. They were
bought
so
it. Those two boys were beaming, and I see them all the time. Well, I don't see them. I see JR and Colleen and in the side by side. But we just. Growing up here, being in the community, I've known you for a long time. I've known you from your family for a long time. But, we'd love to get everything we got. But this is just one small thing that we can.
But people don't realize one small thing turns into a huge thing.
Yeah.
And if we could get more businesses or more people to donate their specialties. Like you just did with the furnace. That is amazing. There's so many people that's got so many talents that we think that we wouldn't accept their gift.
Because it's small.
We will always accept their gift.
Yes.
During the summer last year.
Yeah.
So Tammy has a grandson.
Mhm.
His mom, Megan, reached out and said, Ray wants to do a lemonade stand. We're going to put it out at the One Stop, and he's going to do this lemonade stand. They had people reach out and donate cookies and jewelry. There were many different things that had been donated.
To just sell
Everything he sold, that money went to Horse Many Colors. Then their baseball team played in a tournament and donated and raised money and donated that money. Every little thing counts. When we very first started, there was a group of kids at a grade school, and one of them's grandmother had cancer, and they sold donuts. We got to go to the school one day and get a check from these kids.
Yes, because
it's an old picture. It's on our website, I think.
And that's, I mean, for me, that's just raising kids right.
Yes.
I mean, really, it's just raising kids right. When kids are like, hey, this is what I want to do. It's like, dude, that kid's going somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we've had people say, how do you go in and ask a business?
John's got it.
All right, man behind the curtain here tuning in. We got 2 comments that I want to share with you.
Okay.
First one, Steph Ingalls Carlson says Horse of Many Colors is such a great organization. Second comment from, I'm assuming this is Shane Cummings.
He's biased. We can't read that one.
Great. Go ahead. What does he say?
He says, how about Ray and his employees? Don't forget about them.
Who's Ray? Is that Ray?
I got no context. I'm just reading comments.
Ray.
I'm thinking he's talking to Ray McPhee.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, probably.
Shane, next time you better come with so we stay
So you can
straight
direct
and we
it,
can get everybody, shouted out, make a list. There we go. What we do is have Shane in the comments do a shout out to anybody that he knows, business, professional, shout out. And then if it's something that we can do here on the podcast, like I said, we're kind of low budget. We just try to get awareness out to the community of things that are going on. Let us know how we can help. I mean, because we're here. John's usually sitting here next to me. We're kind of cramped for space a little bit, but is there anything else? John, have you shared the Facebook page, any of that stuff on, or you will?
So we are currently live in multiple different groups. Our most popular group right now is on Ask Midway. We've got the largest live following we've had.
Sweet. That's very...
Well, while we have the attention, though, why don't we go back to re-shout out the dinner, re-shout out the auction, when, where, how.
Perfect.
Okay, so the April 26th, which is a couple months, month and a half, they have the Love Giving Back Spring Dinner and Auction, and that is at Soldier Hollow at 6 o'clock. They have single tickets, and they also have tables. What were those prices again?
$350 for a table and $50 a ticket. And the link is on our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And you just click on that. It'll pop up your tickets. It's really easy.
It is. It's so easy. I can do it because I did it the other night.
You did. And thank you.
Yes.
And then you have the golf tournament on August 21st. At August 21st at the Wasatch Mountain State Park Golf Course. And there's a luncheon afterwards or something like that also. I wasn't able.
Is it an auction? Does she have an auction? There was a silent auction.
That's right. There was a silent auction. And if you want to do the tournament, reach out. Was it 8 people? 4 people.
4 people on a team.
4 people on a team.
And we'll have more details on that also on our Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, website, stuff like that. And then, fair days. If you miss the Horse of Many Colors at fair days, you just are not looking. They're all over. And if somebody's running around, purple shirt, has Horse of Many Colors on them, stop them. They do the balloon launch on the last night of the rodeo. Very special thing.
Yes,
very, very awesome. I videoed it. I think I videoed it and posted that video on just my Facebook, and people were just in awe.
Yeah.
They're like, holy crap, that is so cool. Because you can literally sit there and watch them for hours until, there's like 1,000 little stars,
until they're gone.
Until they're gone. Anything else?
We want Saturday night at the rodeo to be lavender night. We would like to see people in purple. So
I don't look good in purple. No, I don't know.
Everybody looks good in purple.
But again, we appreciate what you guys do in the community. If you just feel like donating, reach out and talk to, get a hold of them. You can PM them on Facebook, go to their Instagram, go to their Facebook page. You can get a hold of them. Trust me, I can get a hold of them. You can get a hold of them.
Yeah.
Is there anything else going on locally? I haven't really been up on my Facebook. Local things going on. I mean, there's sports going on at the high school. I haven't seen much for plays.
No.
I think it's just too damn cold for people to
Get outside. And then we also want to remind everybody that we do give 100% of the money back to the community. I know Annette asked us that one day, how can you say we give 100% back? And because all of us donate our time.
Yeah.
We don't take nothing out of it. I mean, we do buy some apparel, but we sell the apparel.
Yeah.
So everything that comes back in goes back out. So we're
which is amazing. I mean, for a charity or a group, because a lot of times, I mean, you're donating to something and there's a CEO that's sitting on top of a office with millions of dollars in several houses.
Well, our CEO has a couple of sweatshirts.
Yeah. See what
beyond that.
Yeah.
Hey, we buy them. I don't know how many Horse of Many Colors hats we have.
We love them.
We have them hanging everywhere, and my wife buys the bracelets and stuff like that because she wears bracelets all the time. But again, the next event coming up, the Love Giving Back Spring Dinner and Auction. The food is amazing. The company is amazing.
Absolutely.
Brent Kelly auctioning is just, there's nobody like him. Hey, did you bid? They scratch your head. When I go to auctions, I sit on my hands and I don't sneeze because if I wiggle my nose a certain way, Brent's like, hey, did you bid? Did you bid?
Look at that.
So, well, we want to thank both of you guys for coming in tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate this.
To talk about the Horse of Many Colors and what you guys do. Again, I can't shout out enough. Everybody knows somebody that has cancer. If they're not in the valley, if you live in the valley and they're not in the valley, reach out. I mean, there's something somebody can do.
Yep.
Let's, I don't want to say kick cancer's booty, but let's kick cancer's booty. Anyway, any other comments on Facebook that anybody's popped up? Well, I think we will sign up for tonight. Me and John will be back next week, hopefully with some more amazing guests. I know we're still working on Tiffany Tolbert with Her Infinite Worth. We're going to do a series with her on what she teaches in Hawaii. It's really cool. I sent Anna into it. Anna's just came out of her shell. But we're going to be doing stuff like that. And again, we throw it out there. If there's somebody you want to see on the podcast, that's what I thought when Shane says, well, how do I get on the podcast? I'm like, dude, you just show up to the house at 6:30. We'll put you on.
We'll put anybody behind the camera.
That's right. If I'm behind it, you can be behind it. Trust me. But if you want to see anybody, if you want to hear of a topic, if there's a home services topic you want to hear about, if there's anything like that, reach out to me or John. I don't know as much the web pages. I'll let John talk about the how you can reach us.
Absolutely. If you look down below, if you're tuning into the live stream, on the ticker there, I have our emails. John or Jeremy at thewasatchway.com. Feel free to send an email. We get an immediate notification once they come in. And we've already helped a few people line up with a few of our past guests before. And as I've done this, I've walked you through, and we're going to go through it one more time. I'm going to show you guys this right here is the website, thehorseofmanycolors.com. If you want to contact, they have a contact us. If you want to make a donation, they have a donation set up on this page right here. And if you want to reach out or share their page or share with somebody, this right here is their Facebook, The Horse of Many Colors. It has the Venmo right there as a profile. Here's the link for the Love Giving Back auction and dinner. So that's where you go to get that. And I'm going to go ahead and tune it right back to you, Jeremy.
Okay. And then we've been trying to set up some lives. We're working on that with internet, and we had something set up for Judy's Donuts for the first of the year, and that I got busy. Everybody was busy.
We got sick.
That's right. We both got sick.
Well, when
That's
you do
right.
the Judy's Donuts, we want to come and have samples.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be live on location.
Yeah, we're
at
going to be
Judy's.
at
really?
Judy's Donuts. They're going to stay open a
We'll
little
go visit
later.
Mandy and get donuts.
They were going to stay open a little later for us so we could go down there and hang out, be live from there. And any money that we generate or donated will go to the Horse Mini Covers.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, come down, make a donation. We will let you guys know when all that happens. Who knows? You might just see John and Jeremy on a fishing boat in Strawberry doing live. That's our goal. Our goal is just to podcast from the boat.
That's
Is what we
awesome.
want to
There you
do.
go.
That's amazing.
But like I said, shout out to Shane, shout out to Mo and Devin, Ray and his crew. I don't want Shane to reach out on the street and whack me. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see